Welcome back to part 12 of the Beginner to Substance Painter Monster series. So in the previous section, part 11, we added details to the eggshell and to the goopy guy. We added a transition between the shell and the lava. We still have a few transitions to make. We want to add lava to this guy himself, as well as transition this into him to some degree. So what we want to do is actually add lava to this now. So what we can do is we can copy and paste this. So we will copy this layer, this emissive layer. This has like our lava settings in it. And we will collapse the shell mask. We'll go into inverted mask. And we should be able to just paste it. It says the layer. It looks like I'll have to lower it in. There we go. All right, and then we will right click and clear the mask. All right, so now we have a lava layer, which is pretty cool. And what we want to do is we want to grab a brush that looks pretty good. So in this case, we'll just stay with Artistic Heavy Sponge, which is a pretty good brush. I actually find that I use that the most out of all the brushes. You might have a different preference. Feel free to use whatever brush, experiment with the brushes, see what result you like. But we're going to keep the settings like this. Size pressure, flow pressure, 13 flow, 100% stroke opacity. But reducing the flow makes it less opaque. So one idea is to do this, which I think already looks kind of cool. So let's do that. We're going to make him have like lava coming from his eyes and his mouth. And I want to kind of like weave it in there. So it looks like it's like bubbling up and kind of flowing out in some areas. But I think that could look really cool. Because like if we paint with this, you can kind of see that it pops off because it has height. Because it's the same as the lava we used on the shell. So it's just the same thing. And if you don't have this for whatever reason, if you don't have the lava, here's what it looks like. It has color of yellow, emissive of red, height of 0.5. So those are the settings. You can just right click it, add a black mask, then click on the mask to paint on the mask. So let's add some, let's see, let's kind of experiment a bit to see what looks good. I want to kind of add like a spiraling details. They kind of spiral into the eye. Let's see what that looks like. Looks a little crazy. We can tone it down though. Here, let's undo that. Sometimes the creativity is too much. Need less creativity. All right, let's just make this like lava. And we'll probably do like a secondary effect. Oh yeah, I like that eye. That looks pretty good. And then we'll do the same for this eye. I might do a different layer to like fill in parts so that it's not completely lava, or maybe even just reduce the opacity of this layer. Like reduce this and paint with that. That might be the winning ticket for a pretty cool result. So I want the inside of him to appear volcanic, right? Because he's like a volcano monster thing. So let's actually scroll down, switch this to black, paint away parts of this to kind of refine it a bit. Just reel it in somewhat. All right, let's zoom out. All right, that actually looks kind of cool. All right, and then let's switch this back to white. So we're now adding again. I think I'll just straight up make this all red throughout here. And then we'll refine the edge so that it looks good. And I don't know that I want it coming out of his nose, but I'll try it just to see what it looks like. It actually does look kind of cool coming out of his nose, as strange as that is. So if he were to sneeze, he would sneeze lava on you. And we can also put it in these holes we painted earlier. Let's get this a little refined. One thing that would look kind of cool is if he... Oh, here we go. This is a transition Boom, there we go. That's what we want. Oh yeah, baby. And we can also... Maybe I don't want to mask this. Hold on, let's do this. Maybe we don't want to mask that. Maybe we want it to transition into that. So let's actually pull that out of the mask. So I just dragged the layer. It's just no longer in either of these masked folders. We can kind of do this. And just keep painting some sections of this a little bit. We're going to refine this too, but I think this looks kind of cool. Yeah, the funny thing about lava is really cool, but it's actually quite hot. Like, everyone loves lava. Like, conceptually, it's like a cool thing. You know what I mean? Not physically. Like, everyone loves, like, lava creatures and stuff. And, like, lava areas. Because it's exciting, you know? It's very interesting aesthetically. There's always, like, fire weapons in games. Let's get this in there. Let's get these nostrils a little bit. And then we can actually start to paint little parts that transition. Carefully. So every part... Oh yeah, it's looking pretty creepy. Alright. So every... I guess I could have it coming down from here, because it kind of looks like it should be. Like maybe there's like pockets where it pokes through. I don't want to put it on every shadow, just like on some of them. It doesn't have to be everywhere. But it has to be somewhere. Alright, let's see that. Yeah, I kind of like that. And we can also add it to other parts as well. This will make him appear a little bit more ominous and demonic or fiery. So these little dark spots. Not all of them, but a few of them, I want to say. Let's get these sections here so it looks like it's flowing onto the model. Now, like, it looks super hot where it overlaps now, which I think looks cool. This is honestly a pretty fun project. I definitely enjoy doing this. One thing I probably have to change is the height difference. For whatever reason, it's... I think a different layer is affecting it, maybe. But we can actually do this. Ooh, I like this little... So what I'm doing is I'm, like, doing that, but you just do it in sequence, and it kind of creates this little, like, fall-off effect. I think that looks quite nice. Let's do that. It kind of, like, blobs up. Because that's what lava does. Lava is very blobby. So this is a very fitting enemy. So I'm just going to kind of, like, draw little, like, dashes in, but just in close proximity, so it kind of looks like that. That's how you achieve that effect. And it kind of blobs it up, helps sell it, I think. Now, you don't do it everywhere, but just, like, in certain parts. And one thing we can do, we can think about it in terms of weight. So we can actually add it, so, like, towards the bottom, where it's blobbing up. Now it looks like it's, like, dripping, as well as blobbing up. So I think that actually helps sell it. We'll have to refine some of these parts too, but I think this is looking pretty cool. So I'm just adding some kind of towards like the bottom half of these shapes. Alright, let's check that out. We can refine the edges and blend it a little bit better in some parts, but I think it's starting to look pretty good. Alright, it's saving right now. Still saving. Alright, it zoomed way in. Alright, now what I want to do is add the transition in here. And have the lava kind of wrap around parts of it. Maybe these little dots help it look good. Let's see. Like things like dripped down. Not like a ton of drips in a row, but like a few. I think that looks okay. Let's try it here as well. This is definitely one of the more exciting parts of the video, or of the series, because we're painting a ton of lava. Whereas before we were just kind of adding in like shadows and highlights, which is still, you still need to do that, I think. And it's still exciting, but in a smaller scale. It's low-key exciting, whereas this is high-key exciting. I'm trying to make this look like it just combines, like it's just coming off parts of the creature, so that it looks like it flows into the shell to some degree, to try to unify them. So we're just filling in parts of it to try to connect the shell with the creature, so it looks like it's a whole thing instead of just like two separate objects. Alright, now what I want to do is refine parts that look weird. So first let's identify them. I like this. I like how that looks. Looks pretty decent. Alright, let's save this. I'm gonna toggle it. Let's see what we got. Looking for weird parts, parts that look bad. If it looks okay, I'm gonna leave it alone. There's no need to refine something that looks fine. Trying to refine some of these edges so that they blend in better. And this guy needs some lava here. And then the back is definitely missing sections, so let's do something like this. I want to tie all of this in with that. You can decrease the brush size to make little edges to refine at any point in time. And then what I want to do is have this come along and connect with this. And then paint some parts on that stick out to break it up so it doesn't look like a straight curved line. A straight curved line. It's a logical statement. You can fact check it if you want. Straight curved line. But you know what I mean, the same thickness of a curved line. Alright, so now it looks like that's integrated. And then one thing I can do up here to make this look like this is flowing through this is start to fill this out. So it looks like this is all one vein that goes somewhere. Add some of those little details. And parts that are like this, like I definitely want to add some pooled up lava and things like this, because it just looks too deep for it to not be full of lava. It's too deep and too dark. Because we have to think of this in terms of like what it is. It seems like some kind of porous, gel-based lava guy. So if he's full of holes, then he's also full of lava. Alright, and then definitely add some here. We're going to import him into Unreal Engine too, so once this is all done, we're going to do that. That should be kind of cool. And I'll even show how to like adjust the glowing and everything like that. All right, now let's have, this is like a pretty deep cavity, so we want to have some in there. Probably some right here. Maybe a little bit up here. Maybe a little bit right there. Some in his mouth, that could be cool. Like around his tongue, maybe? This thing will look cool in the dark though, too. Definitely some right here. Just refining parts of the bottom. All right, let's check them out. Let's add a little bit up here. Maybe a little bit right there. Okay, so these are the details we added. Definitely a dramatic effect, for sure. I think it adds a lot to the character. I think it makes him look super ominous, very like almost evil now. He has like lava, flowing lava inside him, even not coming out of his nose, which is kind of funny. But this kind of feels like it could be some enemy in some game or something if it were like rigged and animated. But yeah, that's it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you enjoyed this or found this useful. Also drop a comment, let me know what you think. I do want to add more details to the lava where it looks like there's bits of rock in it. So we're going to be adding more to the height layer, and we're also going to try to transition between these a little bit better. So we're going to add another layer on top of everything. So these are like finishing touches layers, I would say. But I think this is a pretty good result, and all of this is fully customizable, so we can change the color of everything just by editing all the fill layers, so it's pretty nice, including all the details, the highlights, the shadows, literally everything can be modified and changed. So if you ever need to adjust anything at any point in time, you can do that. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next part.